This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Consider supporting us on Patreon.
Yo. The fuck's happening out there? Everybody out there on YouTube doors. Good old buddy Papa Tikyo coming to you live from the J-Land. Today I'm going from Okachimachi back to my house in Nakano. I don't know, it was very funny. I went and hung out with my coworkers today, and I kind of want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about another topic regarding old men and hitting on chicks or whatever. So in Japan, especially of the married variety. So anyway, like always, I want to say big shout out to Nakano Shimbashi Guest House. Boom, bam. If you guys are looking for a good place to hang out, good place to stay while you're looking, while you're traveling around Japan, or just trying to get your shit set up in Tokyo, best place ever. Under $300 a month. Anyway, look them up. They're pretty good. I've been staying there for over a year or two. They're really cool. And if you're just looking for a cheap place to stay, go check them out. They're awesome. Also, go check out NordVPN. I got the link down below. If you guys are trying to learn Japanese and you want to watch Japanese Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix, check out that. And also, you just want to be protected when you go out and you're using public Wi-Fi, especially if you're in Japan and you only have a limited amount of data on your SIM card. Definitely consider checking it out. 68% off if you use my code. I think it's Papa Tikyo Tikyo Papa or Papa Tikyo VPN. Anyway, links and information are down below. And big shout out to the sponsors, and big shout out to all of you guys who support me on Patreon. Thank you all so much. And I know the ads are sometimes annoying on these videos, so don't feel guilty about using ad blocker. I have personally YouTube Premium that I pay for every month, just because I'm always listening to music on my iPhone, and it's just easier if I have Premium on there. So but anyway, I don't feel bad if you guys use ad blocker. If you don't use it, thank you so much, but if you do, I understand. Don't feel too bad. Question of the day, which is, do you ever encounter old perverted guys ever when you're out? Like, I know every country's different and not everybody here is in Japan, but I'm just curious, like, how many of you guys encounter these ero oyaji? And I don't know, tell me what you think is up, because I'm curious what your opinion is. And and also just like, where do you, like, I don't know, I'm curious as what do you think about these guys who they're just old dudes, and they have no game, and they try to get their fuck on with younger chicks. Anyway, I'm always curious about your guys' opinions, so make sure to write them down below. And hot sex. Also, don't forget to check out, I released some videos in Japanese of me interviewing people from my guest house, and those videos have not gotten enough love, so please feel free to go and check them out. I worked, me and my hot hot sexy online buddy friend, Mr. Paulie Scone. He's been subtitling my videos. Go over and check it out. He's been my hot gay son, helping me out with that stuff, and he worked hard on subtitling it, so go check it out. I want to talk about today and what led me to the topic of today's talk. So, rants and rambles. I've had people like the King of Kanto podcast complain that I never get to the fucking point, but they forget that this is like a 30-minute fucking talk, so, I'm allowed to drabble on for a bit if I fucking want to. Anyway, so today I hung out with some coworkers of mine. They're both young, they're both Japanese, but they've lived abroad, Are you gonna go ahead of me? I think you're gonna go ahead. Who's your big boy? Who takes his big boy poops? Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Mr. Ryutsu Sabisu, Kabushiki Gaisha. So I have this job where I teach on Saturdays, and it's one of my part-time jobs, and the place is cool. It employs me, it employs a bunch of like really, really smart Japanese people. These are the people that have like master's degrees, or they're in the process of getting their master's degree or their doctorate, and they just need, it's basically like kind of like office experience, teaching experience for these people, and I team teach with them, and it's really cool. This place is it's very nice, a very cool place. But anyway, sometimes I teach with other teachers as well, and other like American teachers too, and like there's a German woman there. There's a woman from India, Maurice. It's a pretty cool place. We got a lot of different people from there. We even have a Canadian guy there. But anyway, this place is it's cool. It's like an after-school juku for like kids and adults that want to learn English. And of course, like there are some young, cute girls there too. My boss, that's the great thing about when you have your own business. I don't know about America, but I will gladly, if I have two girls who are qualified, they're both qualified and they both seem like they can do the same job, I will always hire the hotter one. Or like, if they look like they can work the same time and they won't dip out, I don't know, I just want to look at somebody hot, that's all. That's how I am. And I don't know if my boss is like that, but anyway, I got two coworkers there, and they're both good. They're really good Japanese. They both like studied abroad for a bit, so both of their English is pretty good. And anyway, like I went out and hung out with them today, and we hung out for like 8 hours. It was a really good talk because they're both really young. They're like early 20s pretty much. And the dude, he was talking about how he can't get a girlfriend after coming back from the U.S., that it's hard because he's not used to Japanese women, and he feels like he has all these limiting beliefs because he grew up in Japan. He's like, oh man, you have to do things this way, you have to do things that way, you can't just do it the way that you're doing it, Sam. You're a gaijin, it's different, And I was like, well, yeah, man, like obviously my face is something that kind of determines what I can and can't get away with. But at the same time, it's like you gotta, I don't know, I loved it. I basically gave both of them a lot of good advice today, and they kind of, it wasn't trying to come off like preachy advice, because I hate giving advice when people don't ask for it, but it's called like soldan in Japanese. Like we're just having discussion. Like they're telling me about their nayami, like the nayanderu koto. They're telling me about the stuff that it's kind of on their mind, that's been weighing on their minds, and I'm trying to give them some good advice to help them. And anyway, so the Japanese dude was saying how it's kind of hard for him to date since he came back, and the girl was just telling me, like she wasn't talking. I don't understand why. She didn't really want to have. I don't know. Maybe it's just because she doesn't know that the other Japanese guy. Maybe they don't talk that much or something, or maybe because I'm senpai and she didn't want to speak out of line. But it was really interesting to tell them. Like I was telling him about the rules that Andrew and I made like 4 years ago. In case you guys don't know, my buddy Andrew and I, we have he went through a lot of fucking relationships here, like tissue paper. He went through tons, and so he kept always like having these fucking failures. And so Andrew and I wrote down a list. We only got to like 20 rules, but we wrote down all these rules for women to date them with the least amount of stress. And like some of the rules are really simple. Like don't date any girls seriously that are under 27, because until they reach 27, they're still they don't know what they want for the most part. And then there's like another rule where it's like don't let a woman don't take any shit. It's not just shit, but like don't ever let a woman bully you or make you feel like like try to hold something over your head. If you do it, if you let it go a couple times, then like women expect that's gonna, like this is the kind of stuff you learn with pickup artist stuff, guys. It's like you find a clear definition of like what kind of stuff you're willing to put up with and what you're not. And anyway, I was just telling him these rules, and she's just like, wow, she's kind of like taking mental notes. She's like, oh fuck, like I'm actually learning some shit here. And she has a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is younger than her, but she has a boyfriend, and she's a really good girl. She's really, I don't know. It's just like I see her more as like a little sister. I don't know. People who are young, I'm just like, I like it. how it's like you can't teach experience, you know? Experience is, oh, that guy got pulled over by a cop, he was speeding. Gotta be careful, they're always trying to catch you riding dirty. But, anyway, it's just like, you know, women, like, experience is only, you can only learn from experience most of the time. You know, in Japanese they have a saying, kame no ko yori toshi no ko. And it sucks because it's like I've learned through experience, but no matter what I say to them, they might not be able to learn from my stuff. I mean, to be fair, when I was younger and I hung out with people that are older than me, like, I really respect, I think that was like one of my downfalls with like other YouTubers, is that like, if you're older than me, I really took your opinion to heart, you know, because you're taking time to hang out with me. And, you know, some of the best life experiences I ever learned were from people that I hung out with in college that were older than me. So, you know, like the ones that I worked with, you know, that were like 7, 10 years older than me. So I always, you know, they treated me like a little brother. And I really, you know, I took that shit to heart. So anyway, like, it's kind of like a mentor to these two. And, I don't know, it made me angry though, because like, I gave all this, like, you know, decent advice, and like there's no like the girl's cute, but it's like she has a boyfriend and she's going well with him, and I want her to be happy, and I want the guy to be happy too, because he's a really nice dude and he's just genuine, he's cool, you know. And so it's just like I don't know, I'm talking to them, and then at the end of like the dinner, like we went out for like a movie, and then we like we've got some like street food and stuff, and it was really cool. But at the end of the night, she shows me this screenshot, and she's like, "Sam, I want to see your opinion on it." And it's one of the other English teachers from our school, and he fucking, god damn it, like it was a message from him to her. And this guy is married, you know, he's American, he's been in Japan like 15 years or something, and he's got a Japanese daughter, Japanese wife, and you know, he's a really, actually, like, I'll admit, like, he's a really cool dude, and he's good at his job. Like, you know, he's not just a teacher, he's like a scientist, you know. So, and he's American, and he's got style, and he's got a little bit of that southern twang. But the thing is that like he has no game, and like, you know, he sent her, this girl who's like early 20s, like barely just got out of like being 20. And he sends her a message after, like, because I haven't done it or I only started doing this recently, but I've been hanging out with my coworkers a little bit more, you know, and it's nothing serious, it's just like, hey, let's go out, have fun, you know, do the Japanese thing. And the Japanese thing is like, go out and have some experiences with your coworkers, like, you know, fukaku sona en o fukaku nishite, or something, like, you know, like make your connections deeper, like, you know, Persona 4, make the connections deeper. Also, by the way, that's a really nice car. What car is that, guys? That looks like that guy fucks. That guy fucks in that car. But yeah, anyway, I was just, I was thinking, I was like, like, anyway, she showed me this message, and the guy's like, hey, apparently him and her and one of our other coworkers had gone out to eat, and they swapped contact information, and, and, you know, so he, like, sent her a Facebook message, and he's like, he's like, hey, I'm gonna reserve a love hotel, and, you know, for tonight. And she's like, oh, for who? And he's like, for me and you, of course. And then she's like, dude, you're married and you have a kid. And then it's just like nothing after that. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. No matter how well you talk to her, no matter how many good signals you got, like, if you're married, man, don't ever fuck a coworker. Like, are you kidding me? Like, come on, dude. If you're married, at least go out of your way to find some girl at a bar or someplace where she doesn't know where you fucking work, dude. And it made me a little sad, because I was like, I wasn't angry. I was just disappointed, because I was like, come on, dude. Like, I'm not protective of the girl. I'm not white knighting. I'm just, for him, I felt sorry for him, because I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, you know, you're married, dude. Like, if this chick was even, you know, like, let's say she was interested in him, like, come on, man. Like, do you really want to take that chance of, like, somebody from your work, especially a young chick, like, finding out about that? And, or, like, you know, what if she got angry, she got jealous, and she told your wife or something? Like, you know, at least have some distance between who you fuck on the side and I don't know, I just, the recklessness of it all just offended me, you know? I was just like, come on, man, like, you're a pretty chill dude, why do you have to do something like that? You know, I care about you, and I care about her too. Why are you guys, like, making it so awkward? And I guess, well, he did this, I think, like, a month before he was leaving the company, so it's fine, because he got another job anyway, so he was leaving our company, but I was just like, come on, man, like, what are you doing, dude? Like, I don't know, it was just so sad, disappointed to see that, because it's like, she was like, yeah, it was creepy. I mean, like, I just kind of brushed it off, and she was like, I kind of just brushed it off. I didn't really, you know, care that much, but it's just like, it reminded me that, like, I've met so many dudes in Japan that were just ero oyajis. Ero oyaji, which means, like, you know, like, perverted old man in Japanese, and it's just these old guys that are frustrated, they're angry, they're horny, and they have no game, you know, they're in their golden handcuffs, you know, they got the golden handcuffs, and it always made me sad, because it's like, man, I like you, dude, and I like your wife and kid, like, don't cheat. I mean, I'm not talking about this guy, I don't really know his wife and kid, but I'm just saying, like, in general, when I would see Japanese older men that I respect or something, or just older dudes, and I'm like, come on, dude, like, why are you going to throw all that away just for some cheap sex? It's like, just go to a hooker. And they're like, no, man, it's too real. Too real when you just give a chick some money. I mean, it feels a lot better to the ego when you can just pick up a chick or whatever. And like, hey, you know, some chicks are into that, you know. Some chicks are like, not necessarily homewreckers, but they're like, hey, you know, I'm fucking a married guy. This is kind of hot, you know. Yeah. Which, I mean, hey, if you're doing that and you like it, more power to you, you know. I'm not here to judge, but I'm just saying, like, it really puts you down on my respect meter when, if you're gonna hit on some chicks, don't be stupid. Like, if you're married, don't fucking, well, one, don't do it, but if you are gonna do it, you know, hit on somebody that's not from work, and then also, like, you know, have better game than just, oh, we had a fun dinner with our coworker. Oh, fuck, what are you doing, dude? Oh, shit. I thought that was 2 lanes. That guy was coming up my asshole. And that wasn't even in the nice way. But anyway, it's just like, I'm like, dude, have better game. Have better than just like, we had a good dinner, so I asked her if she wanted to go to the Love Hotel. I'm like, really? Do you think she was really gonna fall for that? I'm like, come on, man. Like if I was gonna do something like that, I would be like, that's the thing, guys. I think a lot of dudes with no game, that's what they try to do. They just try to go for like, oh man, Mark's gonna hate me for this, but Mark doesn't watch my rants, and if he does, I'm sorry, Mark, but this is like, that guy is like, if Mark got married, that is what Mark would, that's like a Mark move right there, of like, oh, hey, Tekken. Hey, by the way, I reserved a room at the, thinking about reserving a room at the Love Hotel. Oh, really? For who? Oh, you know, for me, or you and me. You know, Tekken, yep, I like Rockman. I don't know. It's like, come on, dude. And so, I just remember, like, I met them, like, Japanese, gaijin, just all these dudes who are just, like, they're so solid in their, like, who they are as a person. But then when it comes to women, like, they're just so creepy and clingy. I mean, like, when I hit on chicks, I try, like, especially if I'm just doing it for gags in front of people, just to make them feel uncomfortable. Like, at least I'm kind of sincere, I'm nice about it. And, you know, it's more of like a ego boost for me versus just like, oh yeah, I got to fuck this chick. Thanks for giving me the strength to do it in front of you. But I don't know, man. I'm just like, anyway, I feel like if you're gonna be married and you're gonna fuck somebody on the side, at least study some game. At least like start hanging out with dudes that get laid. So at least you, like, if you need this for the ego boost and you're not gonna fuck hookers, do that. I feel like I met so many people like that when I was teaching English or whatever. And I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of people that don't cheat on their spouses too, you know. Did they take down the sign? There's another sign there in Kabukicho. Look at that, there's Kabukicho Ichiban Machi, Ichiban Gai. Anyway, it's just like, I don't know, I met so many people that just like, they get drunk, and I won't name names, but I know some YouTubers who who did that a lot at the Hanami. You know, they'd get drunk and then they just start hitting on every fucking chick they see. I don't know about groping, but they definitely, if the chick were like, yeah, let's go fuck, let's go do it, you know, it's like, the guys would definitely not say no, but they're conveying interest in a very heavy style, you know. And it's funny because like when I saw that message tonight, I don't know, it just brought up all these bad feelings about people who I met that I respected that just like pissed me off. And I don't know, like, guys, put it in the comment if I'm just thinking too much about this, but it's just like, I don't know, there's nothing worse than like cringe, you know. Like we have TV, we have movies because we want to forget cringe, you know. Like if there's gonna be cringe, we want it to be entertaining. But just like when we see shit like that, it's just so fucking cringe. And there's nothing better to lose respect than cringe. You know, seeing somebody do some cringe. And I was just like, oh man, you know, oh dude, why you do that? But anyway, the whole point is though is that, you know, when I saw that, I thought of dudes like from Kings of Kanto, the King of Kanto podcast, because I haven't met them yet. In person. We're gonna go drink and hang out, and I'm gonna respect their wishes. I'm not gonna go take their picture. I could totally have somebody take their fucking picture while we're out, but I'm not gonna do that because I like those guys. But you know, one thing I get a vibe from them is that these dudes are like, anybody who brags about like, well, I'm in a stable relationship, I have a daughter, I have a 9-to-5 career that I don't want to put on the line, but at the same time I want to talk about shit on the internet. It's like, those guys are the guys that I would think are just like, oh man, I lucked out on marrying my wife, I don't really have any game, and if you put me in front of a bunch of girls, I probably wouldn't be able to pull the trigger or get her to come home with me, kind of thing. And I don't know, I just thought about that, how I'm like, yeah man, fuck, like that's, you know, like that is totally something that, I don't know, I could just see older dudes who are acting like they're better than everybody else being like, yeah, well, because like when those King of Kanto guys, for all of you guys who don't know, King of Kanto is like a podcast that I really love that talks shit about other J-vloggers, but one of their criticisms about me was that I am in my early 30s and that I, you know, and that like I'm not serious, you know, like I don't have a 9-to-5 career and I don't have stable housing. My housing's pretty stable, unless that place fucking falls under, you know, crashes under or whatever in an earthquake. I'm there for a while, and if not, I got plenty of money to get a new fucking apartment. So I think it's the exact opposite of stable. But yeah, I don't know. I feel that it's like guys like that who like to prop up their status, so to speak, are the dudes that are secretly like, you'll get them drunk and then they'll be like, okay, well, I'll semi-sexually harass this chick, and if she gives me her phone number, great, but if not, whatever, I'm gonna go home and not fuck my wife. But at least I have a home to go to, and at least my wife doesn't fuck me, but at least she's there to raise my kid that learns Japanese because I'm never home. And I don't know, I feel like it's so funny, like you don't have to think about or deal with any of this shit until you're a foreigner in Japan. And I don't know, I just think it's funny that this is that like this isn't really white guy problems or like Japan problems. This is just like your I don't know, I just feel like if you've been a foreigner here for a while, like if you're ever in like any expat groups, like I'm not in Taiwan or Korea, but I'm actually in a couple expat groups for both of those countries and Thailand, just because I'm curious like what their things are, and they always have all these jokes like, oh yeah, he's got this the Korea with the H1 visa or something, or like Taiwan talking about like, oh shit, another gun crime, or Thailand talking about the pollution or something, or maids, just all this weird shit. But I don't know, I just think it's funny. I find it funny that it's like one of the in-jokes is just like, yeah, I don't know, for so long in my 20s, like I cleared this up to them when I cleared this up to them when I was you know, I cleared this up to them when I got interviewed by them, but I'm like, hey dude, you know, I tried the thing that you guys did, you know, trying to get the family, get in the house and the the salaryman job, and it just wasn't for me, you know. At least not at that moment. So, you know, it just depends. But I don't know. I was just like, I'm not that kind of dude. I'm not looking for that right now. And hey, if that's what makes you happy, that's great. But that's not what makes me happy, and I know what makes me happy. So I'm pursuing that, and I'm having fun. And if you don't like, you know, if you're not, if you don't think that's cool, well, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But I'm gonna keep doing me. So, you know, thanks for watching. Keep watching, kind of thing. And I don't know. I just, again, it's like I just can't get over my mind. It's just like these dudes that are just like, oh yeah, I got a wife, I got kids. Let's go out and drink, and like let's kind of no game hit on these chicks and see where the night goes. And it's just like guys like that. It's like, again, I mean, not to go in loops. I'm just thinking of the King of Kanto guys, where it's like, you know, I have a family, I have kids, and I like putting it all on the line so I can get some sex. I don't know, it's funny. We're gonna ask this guy, what's up? Otsukare. Nice 髪型。その髪型がいいぜ。あ、ほんま。日本人？関西人か。おー、ほんまに。もかりまっか？ぼちぼちやけん。いえ。どこなの？俺アメリカ。日本長い。長い。13年前来日した。今何してんの？俺は今YouTube 動画作ってる。そう。あとなんかちょうど帰り道でマックに寄ろうかなと思ってた。まだまだ十分太ってねえから、やっぱりもっと食えねえとな。ね、でもなんか俺は今日は考えてたけど、今日はな、今のバイトで働いてるの、仲間たちと飲みに行ってて、でも今日はちょっとなんかなんちゅうか、バレたっていうか、そこで働いてるの一番21歳の子が、アメリカ人の店長に、俺たちの飲み会の後でちょっとナンパされたんだ。LINE でなんか、俺はこれからラブホに行くから、部屋を予約しようと思ってて、なんで？誰のため？いや、俺とお前のためだよ。いや、子は、いや、女房がいるんでしょ？なんでそのことを来るのって、なんかいや、ダッセーな、なんかナンパ弱えなと思ってて、だからただなんか日本でなんかそういうエロ親父っていうのなんかイメージがあるんでしょ？でも別にナンパが上手い親父もいるんだからさ、なんか未婚してるの、ナンパが、なんちが、結構浮気してるんだけど、ナンパが上手のおじいさんたちがいるんだから、なんちが、それはどうも、どういうこと？なんちゅう、子は、彼の、なんちゅうか、ナンパに断れたんだけど、でも、なんか日本で、パワハラっていうか、ただなんか同僚たちとそういう関係になるって、それはなんか、俺はアメリカ人の目から見ると、やっぱり別れたらとか、奥さんにバレたら気まずいそうかなと思ってて。いや、でも基本的にはやっぱそれってどこの国関係なく、それは気まずいやん。でしょ？でも日本、僕も彼女が英会話スクールやってるから、そうか。何人か外国人の人とか会ったりとかするけど、やっぱアメリカ人の人とかも特に愛情表現とか、奥さんとかすごい大事にするから、だから大事にしてる分浮気されたらすごい怒るよね。でしょ？大事してないの分は別に怒るわけはないかな。そうか。いや、ただ彼は今まではすげえ尊敬したんだけど、なんかいいやつとか、女房と会ったことあるんだけど、でも、全然、なんか結構なんかしっかり仕事をやってるタイプだけど、ナンパ弱えなと思ってね。なんかダセえな、そのやり方。先入ってたんちゃう？確かに多分、でも、そうだね。でも、冗談じゃなくて本気なの？いや、彼は多分なんか冗談っぽいだけど、子は、OK と言われたら全然、そのままでいけるかな、と、そんな感じだね。なんていうその時、ごめん、酒が入ってた、冗談だけだったと、そういうわけが作りそうな状況だけどな。そう、だからな、ただ今まではもう、外国人だっても、日本人だっても、女房がいても、どれだけ女房がいても、なんで立てた人生は、 一瞬の楽しみのためになんかかけるのかなって。
なんかそのやっぱちょっとしたやっぱ過ちって人間あんやろね。あかんってダメやって思ってても、やっぱその時にやっぱ酔っ払った勢いとか、ちょっとした感情とか、そういう分にやっぱ人間ってどうしても左右されるわね。
あなた心優しいよ。なんか結構、俺は結構ホワイトとブラックだけど、あなたはグレーエリアがいいと思うよ。いやー、
だから俺は基本的に浮気はしないから。
基本はしないよね。そっか。
結婚してんの？
俺は結婚してない。今独身。万歳独身。
独身が気楽でええか。これなんなの？
これ、そのカメラだよ。バイク乗ってるの時の、途中で話す。今日の話題は、その、
YouTube で上げてんの？
YouTube。そう。これはなんか日本で、なんか男のなんか未婚してるの男たちの不満の話とか。わかんないけど。ただ、まあ、やっぱ、なんかまあ、日本で、例えばなんかもう、その、性欲は満足されなかったの、旦那さんたちは、風俗に行けると、たまに許されるんでしょ。
だから、それもあれやわね。相手にもよるんじゃん。例えば、相手が、風俗は別に浮気じゃないっていう子もいれば、やっぱこうね、相手がいるから、パートナーやから、そのパートナーとの中で、やっぱ条件とかルールが出来上がるやん。
まあ、でも、まあ、それはコミュニケーションが良ければの場合ならね。でもなんか浮気したの、やつは多分なんかコミュニケーションは、どこかでなくしたらしいんじゃない？
とか、やっぱバレなかったらいいとか、やっぱそういう、なんやろな、毎日ラーメン食べれたらたまにはカレー食いたいな、みたいなもんや。その価値観はね。
まあね、でも、まあ、そうな。
でもラーメンでも塩ラーメンでも醤油ラーメンでも味噌ラーメンでもあんねえから、違う味食ったらええやんっていうこともあるやん。
その考え方は今まで考えてなかった。それはあるよな。確かに。どの味のラーメンを食べても、たまにラーメン以外のものが。
彼女とセックスするんでも、ちょっと違うプレイしたりとか、コスプレしたりとか、道具使うとか、それも工夫やんか。例えばそれがいつも部屋でやってるんやったらラブホテル行ったりとか、ちょっと温泉行くとか、これも工夫やん。
工夫だね。
そうじゃない人は、彼女いるのに風俗行ったりとか浮気したりする。それってやっぱりお互いの中での価値観っていうのと、自分の中の価値観っていう部分やから。
日本で、結構、なんか、東京と大阪と比べると、どっちの方は浮気が多いと思う？大阪人の方はもっと骨からなんか話してもらえるらしいんだけど、どうかな？そっちの方は逆に嘘がうまいかな？
そっちっていうよりは、俺は場所っていうよりも時代やと思う。
まあ時代。じゃあ、今の時代か、10年前とか20年前の。
でも俺とかやったら、もう43やから、43の昔っていう部分では、やっぱ女の子って、俺のイメージは、そんだけ軽い女ってそんないなかったし。
そうか。
だから今の女の子とか、こう、セックスの価値観とかってすごい軽い。
まあ、確かに。
軽いから、例えばそういう対性に対してとか、対結婚に対して軽いから、やっぱ昔よりも、昔ってやっぱバツイとか恥ずかしいとか、やっぱバツイってやっぱかっこ悪いとか、やっぱ世間体とかあって、今の子とかやっぱバツイチバツイチって何も関係ないし。
確かにそうと思うよ。
例えば今とかでもやっぱ俺歌舞伎町で商売やってんねんけど、歌舞伎町でキャバクラやってる子なんて、本当に前あったなんて、キャバクラの1店舗全員バツイチの子ばっかりで、手持ちで。
そういうテーマか。
でも、それがダメとかいいとかじゃなくて、やっぱりこう嫌なもんは嫌とか、やっぱ時代っていう部分で、やっぱ昔の時代ってやっぱ我慢するとか、そういうのがやっぱ当たり前やったけど、今ってやっぱ自分っていうのをもっと大事にする価値観が増えてきたから、俺は別に今の時代はいいとは思うんやけど、なんやろな、セックスとかそういう部分に対してのやっぱ価値観も昔に比べたら大事にしてないっていうか、緩いっていうか。
それは結構いい、なんていうか、まあステートメントって日本語でなんていうかな。まあなんかいい、ステートメント、なんかいい言うこと、なんかちゃんと正しいの、なんていうか、 正しいの合理的な考えっていうか、そう、俺もなんか確かになんかはっきりで考えてるの男の、ステートメント、なんていうか、発言っていうか、
なんていうの俺のオンライン聞いてみよう。
ステートメント。
ステートメント。
ステートメントなんていう。まあ。
これ英語でステートメントで、日本語でどういう意味なの？ステートメント。
I think he knows somebody that knows English.
スペルはなんていうの？なんか今、マップでこう出たら、バイク乗ってるアメリカの男の人に喋るから。
ステートメント。なんていうか、例えば、大統領は今日の、戦争が終わりの、まあ、例えば、その会議中で、じゃあ、社長はどう思うですかと、なんかその返事が聞いてたら、じゃあ、それは決まった返事で、なんか強いの、言ったこと。ごめん、聞こえない。
わかった。そう、ステートメントをやってて、どういう意味なんやろうって聞いてみよう。
I think I have it on my phone. I can check out.
初めて聞いた。
初めて聞いた。ちょっと待って。
今、その人が、なんかスマホを開いてるし。
俺は調べる。これから、辞書、これ。
面白いな。
ステートメント。発言。声明とか、陳述じゃない。そう、陳述。そう、デクラレーション。
ステートメント、デクラレーション。
デクラレーション、そうか。命令っぽくはないけど、ただ、申告。そう、いい申告と思うよ。発表。そう。
入るわ。
そう、俺はまだ注文してないよね。いや。
どこら辺住んでんの？
俺、中野新橋の方。
中野新橋？
丸の内線万歳。
俺も中野で、会社中野にも俺あるから。
そうか。どんな会社やってんの？
派遣。
派遣か。人材派遣？
そう。夜は夜だって商売してるんだ
けど。夜の商売は何だい？
夜の商売はオッパブとか。
いいね。俺、なんか行ったことない、まだ行ったことないけど、行ってみたいな、いつか。いや、俺、なんか付属は、同僚の怒りの時だけに行ったんだから、自分で払えない。そっか。
年齢何歳なの？
俺、あなたより10年下。
33。
そう。若いよ。まあ、お互いに若いでしょ。日本人は100歳までいけるからね。俺よりマジ先だよ。
なるほど。
そっか。
なんか、機会あったら酒でも飲みに行こ
う。飲みに行こうよ。
LINE 交換せえ。
LINE 交換しようよ。
名前なんていうの？
俺、サム。だけど、日本名はりょう。
ありがとう。
いや、今日話してくれてありがとう。
また連絡ちょうだい。
OK。まずするよ。See, this is a great thing about being in Japan, just knowing Japanese. Like, you can just talk off anybody's head, you know. I couldn't believe I can't remember what statement was. I was trying to say, like, solidified comments, but I guess Hapyo is pretty decent. But anyway, that's cool. That guy runs, he has, another business in Nakano, but he also runs at night. He runs a a titty bar. Well, it's an oppai pub where basically you sit down, you have a drink, and you suck on some chicks' tits. Personally, I don't care how much soap they use to wash their tits afterwards. I don't know. It just depends. I don't think I'd pay money to go to a place like that. If somebody paid me money, paid for my entrance fee or whatever, I'd go. But, I'm not going to pay my own cash for that shit. But anyway, that was such a fun way to end this. That guy had such good that was really deep, I always forget that, I make all these generalizations. And it's not just about the place or the people. It's also about the timing, too, like the era and stuff. And I really liked his comments on that. But anyway, I'm on my way home. I'm going to pick up a little pick-me-up, maybe that triple cheeseburger on the way back. So anyway, like always, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button and subscribe bell to get notified when there's a new video out, so you can go check that out. And also, I guess if you made it all the way to the end of this video, make sure to write down in the comments quarter pounder with cheese. No, Royale with cheese. You know, just write down Royale with cheese, and you know, everyone will know if you're cool. And if you want to see more of these, check out the playlist at the end of this to binge watch some more Tkyorants. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next time. Peace. Toe chain. My dick in my ass. Also my ass.